Fandango has revealed its 2025 most anticipated films of the year. And guess what? James Gunn's Superman isn't number one. That's right. Right now, DC Studios may very well be panicking behind closed doors. However, number one should not be all of that surprising. In fact, number one feels so righteous. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly why this is very concerning for that of DC Studios, and also why number one has me so hyped. But first, do you borrow 3 major favors? Please hit that subscribe button. And if y'all gonna hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. Now look, I know that it is 3 things, but in order for us to have a proper relationship, you have to hit all 3. Notification bell, subscribe, and also that like button. It helps me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's news. This article is coming from comicbookmovie.com. As you know, I cover a lot of articles from this website. Shout out to them for continuing to bring the noise. It is titled Fandango Reveals 2025 Most Anticipated Movies, and you won't believe which superhero movie was voted number one. Fandango in the U.S. is the leading online movie ticketing service, and the company has surveyed more than 9,000 ticket buyers to find out which movies and performances film fans are most excited to see on the big screen next year. According to Fandango 2025 Most Anticipated Movies Survey, the movies they are most excited to see include Captain America, Brave New World, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Jurassic World Rebirth, From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, and more. Superhero movies make up nearly a third of the list. Thunderbolts is the only notable absentee, and where each of them ranked is bound to be a major talking point amongst fans. Captain America Brave New World sits at number one. That's right, baby. The film that everybody seems to have a problem with online, and also despite the multiple reshoots, Captain America Brave New World sits at number one. The Fantastic Four First Steps sits at number 5. And Superman all the way back at number 9. In fairness, we still haven't had a trailer for the latter, and moviegoers aren't likely to be wary of anything DC related after the DCU conclusion. However, the next Captain America movie topping the list suggests general moviegoers aren't paying attention to the negative online buzz about reshoots and test screenings. There you have it, baby. Captain America Brave New World is topping the Fandango most anticipated list. And let me tell you why that excites me. Because people are trying to dog all over this film, right? They're trying to dog all over this film and tell you how wrong it is. They're trying to tell you how the character of Sam Wilson, being that of Captain America, is the studio shoving it down your throats, right? And in reality, that isn't what it is. This Captain America, Sam Wilson that is, was set up a long time ago. And I do not understand why so many people out there refuse to acknowledge that, right? Not too often in Hollywood these nowadays we get a proper setup. And Sam Wilson, being that of Captain America, was properly set up. If you think otherwise, you are absolutely delusional. See, don't get me wrong, when it comes down to this whole geek space, we can be a little bit too vocal and at the same time be disrespectful to the situation for what it is, right? All of those people out there talking about he's better as Falcon, he's been handed this mantle second-handedly, right? And so on and so forth. They are not thinking about the emotional spectrum that many of us has went through to get to this, right? Like me, myself included. The moment that it was set up back in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I said to myself, I cannot wait to see Sam Wilson take on the mantle of that of Captain America. And here it is, many people are saying that it shouldn't be him, it should be Bucky, and so on and so forth. Now, look, don't get me wrong. When it comes down to Bucky, yes, I made a few wrong opinions, choice of words there, I would say, because I said that Bucky assassinated the king of Wakanda, and he didn't. He didn't. But he did assassinate that of JFK and also political leaders. So with that being said, Bucky has too much blood on his hand, at least publicly, right? I know a lot of people like to compare him to Sam Wilson and say, well, Sam was a soldier and he did this and he did that. But Sam did what he did at the expense of his country, right? That is totally different, right? What Sam did was to hold down that of wars, right? And not to mention push forward peace, right? What Bucky did was to pretty much vindicate wars, right? And not to mention push that of war. That is what Bucky was about when he was under the control of that of Hydra. I understand that he was brainwashed. We all get that, right? But the blood is still stained on his hands, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. As for Sam Wilson, he is the perfect candidate regarding a story that has been told before it, right? Before this whole situation. He's the perfect candidate. I said something in one of my last videos. Sam Wilson spent more time with Steve Rogers as Captain America than Bucky did. And I know a lot of people do not want to hear that, but Bucky only spent about a year or so with Steve Rogers as Captain America. However, that of Sam has been pretty much training mentally with that of Cap for like the last, let's say in the MCU, 7 years or so, right? Yeah, he got snapped away or whatever, but he was with that of Steve Rogers hand to hand. That's all I got to say about that. And it seems to me that a lot of moviegoers out there, they understand that story. They understand the passing of the mantle. They understand that, and I like that. I like that. So I'm extremely excited about that of Captain America: Brave New World. In fact, it is my #1 most anticipated comic book movie of 2025. So I cannot wait for it. Now, as for that of Superman, let's see where this thing ranked at. All the way back at #9. Like the article said, in fairness, we still haven't had a trailer for that of Superman. However, for all of the talk and buzz online about James Gunn's Superman and all of these so-called DC fans, why is it that Superman is ranked all the way back at #9? That just doesn't seem right, right? See, I feel that all of this conversation that is happening online regarding that of James Gunn's DC universe is an echo chamber. That's right. It doesn't extend farther than a certain amount of fan base, right? Sure, you could talk about Creature Commandos, and speaking of Creature Commandos, I have to see if it actually moved the needle or not in regards to that of viewership, but you could talk about Creature Commandos. But in reality, Creature Commandos is a screaming series that isn't going to bring Warner Brothers or DC any money. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot gauge the success of James Gunn's DC universe on that of Creature Commandos and its reception. No, you have to see how people feel about going to the movies regarding that of James Gunn's DC universe, right? And so far, a Superman film sitting at #9 would suggest that people may be unwilling to show up for his DC universe. Now, I could be wrong about that. As you know, even though I'm a Snyderverse fan, I'm probably the only one who will say that I believe that the film is going to be successful financially, right? I have a feeling that the film should make somewhere around 650, 700, depending on its budget. So it should make that of a profit, right? But my only concern is what comes after it, right? The Supergirl and the Swamp Thing and what else comes out in the movie? I guess Authorities is going to be an animated film. I don't know. But my only concern is what comes after Superman. Now, Superman has a good opportunity to be successful. I want to be clear on that. But after Superman, it may very well be downhill from there, right? And with that being said, when it comes to James Gunn's Superman and this whole DC universe, it is on thin ice, right? So Warner Brothers very well should be panicking behind closed doors, because a Superman film, even the title, right, should not be voted number 9. If you see a Superman title, it should very well rank higher than that of, I would say, Jurassic World. That's how I feel. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Batman versus Superman? It didn't rank higher this and higher than that. You have to understand that if you adjust for inflation, Batman versus Superman will make somewhere along the lines of like $1.2 billion in ticket sales at this very moment. That is true. Go and do the research there. So you would think that James Gunn's Superman should be able to generate at least the same amount of buzz as the Fantastic Four or John Wick Ballerina. That's how I feel. You look at those titles instantly. Superman should rank above Fantastic Four and John Wick. And don't get me wrong, Fantastic Four is the first family of Marvel Comics, right? And many people are anticipating this movie. But I do not understand why Superman is ranked at number 9. Oh, I'm sorry. I do understand, because the DC brand is dead. That's right. And if you ask me, the whole Walter Amado regime and also James Gunn himself helped kill it. That's right. That Suicide Squad film and not to mention his direction at this very moment, many people are not happy with that of DC. They feel that they have been betrayed, right? These actors, these directors, these writers, everybody that was involved in the previous DC universe has been screwed over. And in today's society, many people has the ability to converse with their supporting group, right? Like Henry Cavill, he can get on social media right now and talk about how he's depressed because he's lost out on the Superman role and so on and so forth. So you don't know how many people may feel about this whole James Gunn direction and him screwing all over all of those fans and all the actors and directors. Many people may not be able to get over that. But number 9 could very well be worse, right? It could possibly drop out of the top 10. In fact, it's very close to dropping out of the top 10. All Marvel had to do is push another film in 2025, and Superman probably would drop to number 10, and let's say another Transformers film just come out of the blue. It might drop out of the top 10. Who knows? But this is definitely an indication that people are not really on board with that of James Gunn's DC Universe. Now, you can argue with me on that, or you could agree with me on that. I'm not going to hate you for any position that you decide to take, right? All I ask for you to do is keep it fair, keep it good. Don't derail my comment section because you heard what I said here, but just understand, this is an opinion piece. And in my opinion, Superman ranking at number 9 on Fandango's most anticipated 2025 list is an absolute shame. That's how I feel. Now, if that was Man of Steel 2 or a film starring that of Henry Cavill, you best believe that it would have ranked number 1, even over Captain America Brave New World, right? I feel like the hype for that would have been through the roof, right? DC would not be able to contain it. Now, maybe a Superman trailer could change things. Who knows? The trailer is supposed to drop, I believe, sometime this month, maybe a little bit later. We don't know. But as soon as it drops, I will let you guys know what the reception is and also how I feel about it, right? I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end, help you blow out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that magical number of 10,000 subscribers, so I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. And if y'all gonna hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell. I say that right. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know what you think about Captain America: Brave New World sitting at number 1 on Fandango's most anticipated 2025 movies. And also, tell me, how do you feel about James Gunn's Superman sitting all the way back at number 9? Granted, it could change with the release of a trailer. And always remember, laissez le bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. Let me know in the comments below.